Hello, everyone, and welcome back to session 86. Is that right? I'm a bit confused about what it's
I believe so.
Yeah, A6, yeah.
of our Pathfinder Second Edition campaign. Last week we ended up playing Valheim, so today it is good to get us back on track. How's everyone doing?
Doing good.
Yeah,
Good,
not bad.
New year, new me.
Feels like we've not played in a year.
Yeah. I haven't had a shower in a whole year. No, I'm joking.
Mike, it's like the 7th or the 8th?
I'm joking, right?
yeah, sure.
So, all right, let's get straight into it. Last we left off, we left our heroes in the gloom, where they have decided to venture toward the warden named Terrian, hoping to stop off at Kulakan's vault along the way. You've been traveling through these sort of spider covered forest that seems to be a bit spooky. And you also learned that Hagen, one of the heirs to House Eorlix, along with his sister Fela, is a secret member of the Brass Order, a secret society which he explained is working in opposition rather than working on the side of Narsamel. Hagen admitted after Kazenki had pulled up his sleeve in the forge and revealed his magic brand that he had been spying on all of you and revealing, quote, false information to Narsamel to stop him from sending more troops to destroy you. He said that after his main goal, he said after that, that his main goal sent by the Brass Order was to play along with Narsamel and go to Vesh's prison. And instead of awakening the exiled warden, he instead must kill him. You also learn a little about Viseri's origin. When he came into Ashigal's service and how he escaped, he admitted that he wishes to start a new life away from the sins of his past, and he claims to be trying his hardest to make a real change. So as you awaken from the camp in the forest on the next day, what would you like to do?
Let me have a look at the map. So I thought, if I remember right, we were going to go, to the warden via Kulakan's vault. We weren't going to go into the vault. We were just trying to check it out first, and we are going to do the Kulakan bit on the way back.
Yeah, I think the consensus was that we were going to go to check it out, end up probably just going in anyway, because that's how we roll.
Yeah. And then probably checking Kulakan stuff out on the way back.
Yeah. Okay. So let me just check. Where's the calendar? Okay. As far as I'm aware, all right. So it's the 38th day of summer. Waking up in the forest, you have not been accosted by any spiders whilst you asleep. But as you begin to enter sort of deeper into the forest, you do see that the spiders' webs, the trails of white webbing between tree line to tree line seems to be thicker and deeper than before. The trees themselves almost seem to have almost seem to absorb any last glimpse of the light that goes into the forest, and it seems to be even darker and sort of more horrible than just the outskirts. But you can continue to trek through it if you wish, and continue making your way on.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Who's on the gun?
Oh yeah, who is on the gun?
I think Askis took an affinity to it, didn't he? I don't mind just sitting on the gun.
I think he was there on first, and I think it was Cyan. You can pop on if you want.
We can hold it together.
Yes.
Are you lighting torches to help guide your way, or are you going to go without?
Don't we have dark visions? Well, I guess we. No, maybe we don't.
Not all of you do.
I think I have something like superior dark vision. But that's just me.
That's just you.
I have a regular dark vision.
I think we all do. Then I do.
Does Henning?
I have dark vision.
1 second.
We can hold his hand and guide him.
Yeah.
I don't see why he would have it.
Well, he has
I'm
a
gonna
magic
go.
eye.
I don't think Magic Eye does that.
Mm.
I mean,
It's a
it's
different magic eye.
not that cool of a Magic Eye.
He has no extra senses on his sheet.
I'm gonna go ahead and say.
Oh, I have low vision, low light vision. Sorry, not dark vision.
Okay, well, it's down to you whether you want to light a torch. It'll be a bit harder to navigate around.
I have dancing lights, so I can use them if people want, but I don't want to draw attention to us.
I think we'd be alright if we did end up having to fight because we got this big gun and.
Yeah. I will cast dancing light.
I mean, Henning banging his head on everything's also going to draw attention. So.
Cool. All right. Well, I need someone to make a survival check and someone to make a perception check for the pie, please.
I can make perception. I can do perception if people want.
Can Hank make survival checks?
Well, we said this before, didn't we? If he's like trying to find his way and use a map, then no. But if he's trying to track something, then yes.
Hey, he's a very clever boy.
He just like puts his glasses on and goes, I think we're lost.
Is he trying to work out if there are people around, or is he trying to find the way?
No, the perception is to see who's around, if there's anyone around.
Okay.
I got a 39.
Okay, cool.
I can do survival. Apparently, I can't. I got 19.
I think there is a bit of lag that comes up when I enter Foundry.
Mhm.
So things might be a little weird now and then, but
All right. 19. Okay, that's a fail.
Oh, but I tried really hard.
Can someone roll me a d6?
I'm not gonna do that.
Someone else do it.
I'll do it.
I'll do it.
Alright, Alex. That's it.
Oh,
A 5.
I guess I won't roll.
No.
All right. So as you trek through the forest for the day, eventually you start to come out at a nearby tree line and realize that you've actually gone the wrong way.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Like you just come back out and you just see the mountain in the distance. It's like, oh, okay.
Is that because of like the forest being magical or just our general incompetence?
You've basically tracked around on yourself. So you were here. I think you came in through here, and then as you sort of were beginning to move, you ended up coming out the other side of the forest.
Right.
All right. So that's one of your movements for the day.
Try again, I suppose.
You can aid in survival as well if you need.
Is it new rolls every time?
Yeah, I'll do a new one this time because when you go, it's easier to make your way around when you're not in a forest. But when you're in the forest, it's like it's very disorientating. So you're gonna have to pass survival checks. So you
I
can
can do
start.
another one.
Yeah, you can start walking back into the forest.
And we have a good survey the area, sort of, like in Breath of the Wild, where you look out and you get the map updated.
What?
Like, maybe do like a perception check to get up any information.
What sort of information do you want?
Just like if there's any important buildings, or if we can see like
Landmarks or something.
yeah, I think it's landmarks and stuff.
Well, you have around here. There doesn't seem to be too much. There's a lot of like ruined buildings and things nearby, but one of the ruined buildings you already checked out, and then you see the base in the distance. Well, you see where the base is, the ravine where it's settled in the distance as well. But from here, you can there's just a big wall of forest in front of you.
Okay.
All right. So do you want to do another survival check for me? And
I'll do
people
it.
can aid if they.
Yeah.
Somebody aid me. I do
I-
have.
Oh, no.
Oh, what?
Well, there's not really much point aiding you. It's just a fail, I think.
That's worse. It could literally only get worse by one. And it did.
If I aided
It,
you,
it
make
has a
difference.
possibility, based on what we currently know, if it's the same DC, that it could take it from a crit fail to a fail.
Okay. So is it a another survival check, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's literally a DC 20.
15 in the remaster.
I also rolled pretty poorly. So.
Yeah, well, it's the difference. It's the forest being, difficult to navigate specifically. 19. That's a fail as well, isn't it?
So in the remaster,
Oh,
in the remaster, it's changed to DC 15.
Oh, for aid.
Yeah.
Okay. So that adds 1. So that is still a fail. Can someone roll me a D6, please?
I swear to
Sure.
God, if we roll the goddamn same.
2.
All right. So you started walking this way. So that's 3.5. 3.5.
No, guys, I'm sure this is the right way. I saw it from a distance.
All right. So you begin to walk into the forest. Can we have another perception check and survival check, please?
Someone else want to do it?
Who's got the highest? I think
I have
just
plus 17.
Well, then
Same.
yours. Oh, I think
Only have plus
that-
13 on survival.
Cyan
I
as
would
well.
like to use a hero point.
A legend.
Sorry, a
point.
legend point.
You can.
Apologies.
That's all right.
I got a 26 on the perception.
Cool.
And
Yeah,
I'm
you don't
gonna
look
try
in yet.
again. Oh, okay.
Alright.
32.
Okay, so that's fine. You begin to walk in the right direction.
Yay.
So that's 3.5. That's sorry. Hang on. How do I? So that's 7, and then that's 10.5. All right, so like a third of your day's travel has gone by so far.
Like, how have we been walking in the wrong direction? We literally have a compass.
Hey guys, how about we go around the forest?
Is that possible?
Oh yeah,
don't know.
do I get +1 because we have a compass?
Oh, yeah.
I think you get.
You can find it. You can use it. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah.
We forgot about
So
that.
you have
You
a.
just forgot about your compass.
So you get a penalty if you don't have a compass,
Oh,
and then you can get like
Oh.
a +1 compass.
I
Which
don't
I'm not sure
know.
how that works. It's just like, yeah,
I think
it's
you had that in my
still
game.
points in the right direction.
I don't think we have one.
Yeah. Let's say that you're just struggling to use the compass. Like something about the forest is just causing the compass.
The magnetic thing or something. Yeah. Well, I thought
All right. So as you begin to walk deeper into the forest once again, Cyan, you don't seem to notice anything. You begin to get yourself hopefully on the right track. And let's do it again, please.
Fuck my life.
I'm just getting all your low rolls out of the way. It's fine.
Yeah. That's how it works. Yeah.
Do I need to roll again as well?
Yes, please.
Oh, okay.
Nyx flies into Cyan's eyes and he suddenly can't see all of a sudden.
Yay, 32.
All right. So as you walk into the next area, you just continue walking. Vasiri is sort of getting a bit impatient. He's just looking around like, are we sure we're going in the right direction? But you feel like you're going in the right way. The compass seems to have leveled out a little bit. Cyan, you walk into a spider web. It covers your vision.
Fucking Christ.
It's
You
really,
didn't say
really,
that
it's
was
just
an hour, or-
really sticky. Like as you're sort of traversing through the forest, you notice that the spider webs just get thicker and thicker and thicker. What's everyone's passive perception?
How do we calculate
Passive.
What is it?
27.
Just-
Just
Where do I see
10,
that?
10 plus perception.
29.
27.
Also 29.
33.
Ooh.
Okay.
33.
Hanera, as you're sort of well, Hanera and Henning, as you're walking along with the group, you do hear some sort of skittering in the distance. Looking around, you do see a kind of like a dark shape moving in the distance, sort of skittering up a tree.
Oh dear. Can I shoot it?
You can if you want.
Whoa, you need to talk to it first.
I shoot it
Don't speak, spider.
with my big gun, trying to scare it away. Not like aiming around it, you know. Hello.
Yeah.
Warning
Sorry,
shot.
you're gonna fire. You're gonna fire. Are you?
Well, like around the area where it is, did I try and scare it away?
All right. Make me a
You could just shout.
Nah, the gun's louder.
Okay, you're just gonna fire a quick warning shot.
Yeah.
All right. So just putting both your hands on the control panel. It just shreds the entire tree line ahead of you. One of the trees just begins to fall over. You see ripples all throughout the spider's webs in the area as the tree topples over, just hits with a loud thud in the distance.
Well, there
Doesn't
goes
seem-
the element of surprise.
Doesn't seem to be anything skittering up that tree anymore. That's for sure.
Excellent.
You know that does
Am I
make
still
it
in the
easier to
web?
navigate.
Do we just like how much energy has it got? Or how much? Yeah, how much do we like?
You don't know until it runs out.
Hmm.
But I mean, it's just a quick burst. But all right.
Am I still in the web?
No, yeah, you've sort of cleared it from your vision. That's fine.
Okay.
Viserys says, "That's just a stupendously stupid idea, Cascus."
No. Vando.
Yes. Do you not think that that might call other unfavorables to our location if you did something like that?
Well, they'd be pretty stupid to try and come near this thing.
Still, though, we don't want the flying bastards to beat us to the vault and then ambush us there.
All right. Guys, you know, this place of darkness is nice to have things to lighten the mood. Admittedly, a gun is quite a big thing, but
It weighs down the mood.
I was having fun.
Yeah. I'm sure if I was doing it, I would also have fun. So I'm not going to get down on you too hard, but still.
All right. So all right. So you're next. Can we do another survival check, please, and another perception check? Is anyone doing anything else whilst they're moving? By the way.
Someone, I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not doing it anymore. Swear to Jesus Christ.
Every now and then, Casper's just going to be casting sigil on like a tree or something, just putting like out of the way a little symbol, just so that he can like see if we've been here before.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
All right, Cyan. Obviously, like you're scouting ahead a little bit. You're just taking the brunt of the spider's webs. Eventually, you just return back to the group. Like, no, I'm done. I'm done.
I'm done. Someone else take charge.
All right. Eventually, you make your way what seems to be a kind of pit in the ground, an old temple or tomb, sort of built into a kind of cliff face that sort of it descends a little bit into the ground, where arches and slabs of stone are sort of laid around in a kind of ornate built pattern. You see that there's a couple of spots for torches to be left here. You can light them up if you want.
Okay. Yeah.
It's down to you.
Do we want to?
Is
In
the vault, or is it just a random tomb?
well, someone make a perception check for me and to have a look around this.
Someone
area.
else make a perception check.
I mean, I can try.
It's objectively better. But,
I mean, I'm objectively worse.
yeah.
I could do it.
I'm gonna get another nat one, I swear to God.
Ugh.
All right. Well, as you descend to what, like down a sort of a few stone steps into the kind of recess of this kind of overgrown, what seems to be a tomb, you notice that in the distance there is a sort of golden door built into a cliff wall. It's got some writing around the side, but you probably want to get a bit closer. But as you step onto the platform down below, all of those torches begin to light up. This is what you see. In the distance, there seems to also be some sort of like golden orb on a pedestal, or like a plinth just in front of the door, which is here.
Is the door also an orb?
It's sort of like rounded in a way, but you from this distance you can't see if there's any like keyhole or any way of getting into it. But you probably want to approach it if you want. But feel free to move up if you wish.
Okay, I'm going to be raising a shield for this. Yeah, slowly approach.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. I'll be right behind.
You see, by the way, this like walkway here, as you look down, it seems to maybe go about 10 feet down. It's just filled with kind of moss and shrubs. Interestingly, a lot of the trees aren't necessarily dead here. Like they seem to be maybe growing in a almost growing off some sort of life that is coming either from below or like some sort of source of nourishment or sustenance. But there are still spiders' webs all over the place, so you can't see like necessarily right to the bottom of where this where these indents are. But just don't fall in there.
Do we still have the gun?
Yeah, I mean you've got it with you.
It's on the floating disc, I believe.
Yeah, I mean that's just what Cascus is on. Oh, by the way, when you're Cascus, when you're on the disc, it's 10 feet. It's 10 feet movement.
Okay.
But someone's got to move it. So.
I think, do we say we attached it to Hank?
Oh right, so you're following Hank, Cascus then.
Hello. I'll move myself for that.
Viseri looks around and says, "These torches are. I'm not sure why they recognize us. This clearly was set up to be some sort of grand entrance one of these days. A time long ago.
Maybe it's because of me.
Entrance to what, though?
Could this be Kulakan's tomb? Vault, sorry.
I
the
thought
right
we
place.
we were not there yet, no?
Yes, this is around the area that you were looking for.
Oh, okay.
If anything, with how far we walked, I would have thought we'd overshot it.
Viseri says,
Maybe,
"Oh, go on."
maybe it detects Nyx. Royal blood and all that.
I have royal blood as well.
Yeah, but not this kind of royal blood.
No. We all come from the same people, don't we, Nyx?
Next is sort of,
You're not gloom royalty. You're
know
us
that. Hey,
royalty.
you don't know that. You don't know that. I could be.
Viseri sort of walks up with you. Henning and Haneri, are you moving up?
Oh,
Or do you
Yes.
no, it's okay. I'll gotcha.
If you don't mind moving me.
Okay, cool.
Just to check, because I wasn't here last session, should I be on 92 health?
Back.
Oh no, you should be full rested. Yeah.
Because I'll examine the orb.
Yeah, make a perception check for me.
Oh, can I do an Arcana check on it? as well?
Mhm.
Thank you. I'll roll it.
29 on the perception.
All right, it seems to it seems to be made of two halves. Sat on a sort of a plinth. It's sort of recessed a little bit into it, maybe about a third into it. So so the bottom third is sort of like in a recess in the plinth itself. Sort of just seeing it from the outside, it seems to have these kind of grooves all around it, which form a kind of like flowing pattern. Not necessarily structured or organized, but it's almost got like little recessed grooves all across it, and then one thick groove around the equator. Looking at the door, there doesn't seem to be any indent in the door for like if you wanted to like put the orb into it or anything. But you can go up to the door and have a look, further look if you want.
Can I
I'm gonna have a
try?
look at the door.
Can I try rolling the orb? In
What,
its
like
plinth.
in its plinth? Yeah. Cyan, did you want to go up to the door as well?
Yeah, it's just there's a bit of lag between Discord and Foundry, so like, I'm gonna move up, but I might not hear what you're saying immediately.
That's fine. All right. So first of all, Cyan, make me a perception check to inspect the door.
Much better.
All right. So as you're inspecting the door, it seems to be, it almost seems to be like a larger version of the orb itself. And Calcifer, as you begin to roll the orb on the plinth, the door, or the sort of ball, I guess effectively it is, begins to roll as well.
Oh.
And it seems to match it, like as you roll it.
Is the one in the door also in a recess?
Yeah, it's sort of built into a what seems to be a stone structure.
Sorry, I mean like on the floor, or is it?
Oh
Just
no,
the
it
bottom of it.
seems to be like protruding out of the wall in the same way that it's protruding out of the plinth.
Right. Cyan, do you want to step out of the way a little bit?
Sure. I think you gotta get the weird groove thing that's going through the orb vertical.
Huh. I was just going to try rolling it out of that doorway.
Oh.
But we can try yours as well.
Yeah, stand aside, Cyan.
Yeah, I just sort of
Yeah, I'm gonna move.
try like rolling the ball like away from the door so that if it matches up that it would like roll out slightly. Just very slowly.
Okay, so you begin to move the orb on the plinth, and the door begins to sort of you hear like a grinding sound as it sort of follows your movement. Make me an intelligence check.
Okay, just straight intelligence.
Let's have a look. Just 2 seconds. Yeah, if you just roll me a d20 and add your intelligence modifier.
Okay. $21.
Okay, you begin to roll it around, and it begins to click a little bit, and it sort of sticks in one place, and you can't quite move it. And then after a couple of seconds, it unlocks, and then you can start moving it again. Viserys sort of looks at it and says, Is this some sort of lock or something? I wonder if there's like a pattern to it, or if you can get in somehow.
Try the equator thing.
I will try the equator thing. Try and get it vertical.
Yeah, it's like the groove in it as you sort of move it towards so that the groove is going vertically up. It doesn't seem to lock at all. And as you're sort of looking at it, it begins to click that this might be some sort of combination lock or something. That you might need to know like a specific combination. Each of the grooves, as you look closer at them, they sort of vaguely resemble elven numbers, like almost like a stylized elven number lock. And then suddenly, as you're looking down at the orb below you, suddenly you look back down at it, and there's a face looking back up at you, almost protruding out of the orb.
Oh.
It seems to be an elven face, almost pressing out of the orb itself, and saying, "Huh, who are you?"
Friend of Kazenki's.
The face sort of makes a bit of a confused look and says, "Kazenki? I am not sure I recognize that name."
Can I ask your name?
Checking your record.
I am Kulakan. At least, I am what's left of Kulakan. I was left here to guard this tomb after my real, material self died. Unfortunately...
That's not very cool, I can.
Unfortunately, I do not recognize the name which you spoke. Is there any other names you can give me?
Did Kazenki have a name in his language, or an older name?
Desperately checking notes.
I don't have anything in mind.
Nyx shrugs. She says, "I have no idea what's going on here."
Well, you could try your name.
I recognize the name Kulakan. Have we heard that before?
That's his like his boss. Well, not his boss. Is like when it was like his mentor, I guess.
Yeah.
So he should know him. Like he knows Kazenki. Sorry, yeah, he knows of Kazenki, but whether or not he knows of Kazenki by that name, I don't know. I don't know.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
Well, we'd quite like to get in, actually. If it's not too much bother.
He thinks for a second. Well, unfortunately, this is a restricted space, so I have to politely decline your offer.
Right. So... I mean, I think we did get
Nex's name?
permission to go in here, right? But I'm not sure how to put that across to you.
Try Nyx's old name. Worth a try.
Yeah. What was Nyx's old name?
I can't remember.
Vanya.
Vanya.
You are here on behalf of Queen Vanya.
Turn to Nyx.
Sorta.
As far as my records entail, Queen Vanya is still alive and well. She should be here personally if she wishes to enter.
Yes.
Nyx sort of says, "Do you think he's going to recognize me?"
Maybe if you tell him something, only you would know.
She flies up to it and says, "Yes, I'm Queen Vanya." he looks and says, "I see no Queen Vanya around. I hear a voice, but I do not see anything.
Try saying something only she would know.
Sorry, I just dropped my phone.
Okay.
That was
Like a
sorry.
bank password or something.
Shared
Nix, what's your
experience.
birthday?
We don't really
What's
celebrate.
the name of your first pet?
What city were you born in?
Henning and Henera, you begin to hear scurrying coming from the back of the vault. And looking back, you see a number of spiders, some large, some small, but a big group, a big swarm of them beginning to slowly encroach on your position.
Oh, good company.
Can I do a recall knowledge on them? Preemptively.
Yeah, make a nature check.
Okay. 28.
28. Oh, right, that's a pass. So the Goliath spider, you see a few Goliath
Oh.
spiders in the distance.
Okay.
So they're gargantuan spiders, just slowly creeping down the recesses of the stone vault.
Sorry, which
Do
way
I
are they
know
coming
if they
from?
speak a language?
Below, I suppose.
I don't know. Oh, they do speak. Yeah, they do speak common actually.
Oh,
Which
sick.
which way are they coming from?
Well, they speak. The common is like because you're getting translated by Nex and stuff. They're coming from down here. So let me just put
Okay.
them.
Okay, can I use my loot to cast the spell? Oh god, what spell is it? Tongues? It can't? And speak to the spiders.
Yeah, you're already having that. You don't need to cast that because Nex.
Oh, okay, sorry. I
Yeah,
thought she was. I thought she was otherwise engaged.
No, she just sort of passively does it for you.
Okay. Hey guys. Hey brethren, bros. I see you're getting awful close there.
This is the realm of the Drider Lord. You are trespassing.
But where does he? Where do they live? And I'll go and ask for permission. We don't mean to trespass. We're very nice people, and we don't want to hurt their feelings.
If you wish to meet with the Drider Lord, then follow us.
We're kind of in the middle of something.
Can we have 5 minutes, please?
Yeah. Do they do appointments?
We have no conception of minutes.
Please, could you give me a small amount of time, and we'll totally come and meet the Drider Lord.
They begin like sort of slowly creeping up the walls and stuff as well.
I say, whoa, your lord is going to be really unhappy with you if you kill a royalty.
Make a persuasion check.
I'm a diplomat from another realm.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
I have
yeah,
plus two from this for unreasonable requests, so 40.
Okay.
I think it's pretty reasonable.
One of the Goliath spiders stops and says, "We will give you a short amount of time to consider."
How long's short?
They're so concentrated.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, we have done what you have asked.
Thank
Vasiri
you.
says,
Can I give them a compliment?
"You can if you
In the
want."
deal. Thank you so much. You have very beautiful voices, such a calming tone and cadence. And we really appreciate you giving us this
With
time.
beautiful legs.
Oh merciful spiders.
Thanks.
Thanks.
I love these spiders.
Yeah.
Vasiri says, Are we fighting our way out of here, or are we going with them?
No,
I
we're
think
trying
we're
to
gonna
get
have
through
to
this
go with
door.
them.
Hey,
Yeah,
Whoa!
anyone got any ideas on getting through this door so we can just like rush it and jump
I-
out?
Can I try and use my hex weave?
You can if you want.
Hey, I want to speak to the guy.
All right. You go and speak to Kulakan, or Kulakan's avatar, I guess.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? What are you trying?
I'm gonna say I have this pretty sick hex weave to prove that I'm important and royal. Would that make you feel like Legacy?
He says, 2 seconds. And the face retracts back into the orb. After a few moments, it returns back. Unfortunately, it seems that my security override system has been malformed by something inside.
Right?
We're good at getting rid of malformations. If you want to let us in as like a anti malware.
One of the spiders says, "What are you doing? Are
Tech-
you going? Are
just-
you going to come with us?"
Sorry,
I have,
we just got a bit of tech support going on here.
one of the old kings is like my great grandfather. You should let me in.
Got him.
The Kulakan says, "You might have to go in through one of the emergency service vents. Unfortunately, it seems that unless you have the override password, I cannot let you in from here."
Why did you not say that in the first place?
Well, I did not know until I just checked.
Nix, do you have any idea?
Nick says, well, we could try and bash the door down or brute force it. Or try. There should be the code. Is someone intelligent enough to try and crack this ball?
Well, guys, I can give it a go.
Go on then.
Would it be a crafting check?
What?
Would it be a crafting check?
I'll let you do crafting if you want.
Maybe I'll allow Calcifer just to do it this once.
Okay, I'll come give it a go then.
All right. As you begin to fiddle with the ball, the spider says, "Your time is up. Come with us."
Oh, please! I would really
Come on,
like
just a
to
little,
ex-
little more
just
time.
a little bit longer. I'm really grateful for the time that you've already given us, but we are just almost finished here, and once we'll be out of your hairs, and then we'll be right off home, and you don't need to worry about all of this faff. I bet it's a lot of paperwork, isn't it, when you have to bring back people to the Drider King?
They probably don't know what paperwork is.
We'll be done in the
Please.
time it takes to spin a web.
Can I try and distract them while Calcifer fiddles with it by talking to them?
They're slowly approaching. It looks like they're getting ready to attack you.
Hey, don't attack me! I'm really great.
Has there
I
been time
continue.
for me to make my roll, or is that not?
Basically like we'll roll initiative and then you can start making the checks from there.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I don't get the impression we're going with them.
Well, I want you to at least try this first,
Hmm.
and then we can go with them. Well, that's
I
fine.
don't think I don't think that's an option. I think it's either we go with them or we do the checks.
You know, I'm all for seeing this spider thing. It might
Yeah,
not
I
be a
don't
bad
mind.
thing to be friends with. We could always come back to the tomb. It is not going anywhere.
I don't
That's
know.
true.
Exactly.
I don't know. They're all pretty close together now, and you've got a lot of you know.
Whoa.
Viserys says,
That's true.
there are a lot of spiders in this forest, I assume. They'll probably keep coming.
I think if I cast chain
Yeah, I
lightning,
think we should
all of
go
them would
see the
die.
Drider King.
Yeah.
Or the Drider
Okay.
Lord.
That sounds like a good idea. I request an audience with the Drider Lord. Please take me to your leader.
One of the Goliath spiders steps forward and says, "Hop on."
Okay.
Oh.
Are we
can
all hopping on? Or
we-
just Tanera?
Can I mount this gun on your back?
If the Drider Lord requests, you can have it back.
Yeah.
A few more Goliath spiders sort of make their way up and just begin to sort of crouch so you can get on their back.
Okay. I always wanted to ride a spider.
I get on the back, and I would like to I would like to chat with the spider as we go.
Okay.
We go there. Just to try and warm them to me should it turn south.
As you sort of get on the spiders, the face of Kulakan's avatar says, "Pleased to help you. See you again soon," and then vanishes.
I flip it off when we go.
All right.
Canera gonna try and sow the seeds of resolution on the way.
What does that mean? So the seeds of revolution?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like, oh,
maybe.
yeah, you guys seem
You know,
pretty cool. Maybe
Yeah,
maybe you could
know
be the leader.
this Drider Lord.
You have nothing to break
Um,
but your webs. You have nothing to lose but your webs, sorry.
You have nothing
Yeah.
to lose but your word.
Yeah, he seems pretty interesting. So a Drider, that's like half human, or half elf, half spider, right?
The Drider Lord has been blessed
Blessed with what?
with being one of us.
Ah,
Who did the blessing?
The Drider Lord will explain everything.
Have you heard of the name Narsamel before? Good or bad?
Make a diplomacy check.
I'll use legend point. So 39.
Narsamel was the one who cursed our lord.
Oh, great. I mean, oh, I'm so sorry.
It is
cursed
a-
him with the ability to be half human, right?
It is a blessing for us, for the Drider Lord gave us consciousness.
I see.
Can you all see? Are you all on the gloom?
Oh, I'll just reload because it's not
Yeah,
worked.
it didn't automatically put us there, but I was able to click on it.
Yeah,
It put me there.
yeah. Sometimes it does. Like I can see some people still on the other one.
Yeah, I need to reload.
All right. So jumping on board the Goliath spiders, they begin to skitter very quickly, holding on by their kind of like tufts of quite coarse, weird hair on their abdomens. You begin to be led away from the vault. So after a few hours of travel, so you can chat, you can do what you want on the journey. It's going to be a few hours probably. As they begin to skitter up one of the trees as you hold on, and then they just begin to go across the canopy of the tree line, sort of skittering across the webs that are covering each of the trees. Very smooth ride, like interestingly.
I will compliment them on their smooth ride.
Viserys says, well, I've done a lot of things and been to a lot of places, but hitching a ride on a spider is a first for me.
You know, you only live... No, hang on, you live several times, in fact.
Nice.
Well, we only live once. I think.
Maybe?
Depends.
Maybe.
One of the spiders says, as you're traveling, So, what brings you to our territory?
Oh, you know, the usual. Just passing through, seeing the sights. Um,
Bank heist.
Trying to, maybe seeing, kind of getting to know these the locals. What factions they might be aligned or with or against. That kind of thing. Speaking of factions you might be aligned with or against, you lot, so you said Narsimel cursed your leader. You must not like Narsimel then?
It was not just Narsimel, but Narsimel used a power which he did not have the right to use. Our leader wishes to find allies to help.
To help what?
You will see.
Ooh, I'm excited.
You said not just Narsimel. Who else?
Make a diplomacy check. Someone can aid if they want.
I'll aid.
Go on then. I'll just do this one.
The Warden Terrian.
Oh dear.
This forest was once ours and controlled by Terrian. But since Narsimel made his dark pact with the Warden, we have had to take things into our own control.
What kind of dark pact?
Terrian's light has since left this forest.
See, I was under the impression that the Wardens were just being enslaved.
Enslaved. They are the only thing they are enslaved to is their false. How do I say it? Their false awakening by Narsimel's hand.
Okay. Fun.
Right. After a little while, the Driders, the spiders, enter a small little cave network and begin to go underground, taking you deeper and deeper into the cavern below. You see spiders' webs lining the entire network of this tunnel cavern. Which the tunnel probably at one point was made by worms or something. Like it's very rounded, but has since been covered with spiders' webs all over. And as it begins to open up into an underground kind of ravine, which goes over what seems to be maybe some sort of like underground once river network that has since dried up. There's just rows and rows of spider webs all over the place, and you see thousands and thousands of giant spiders skittering all across the walls, watching you with their many eyes glinting. Eventually, it opens up into a larger interior cavern, and one of the spiders drops you off.
Cheers for the ride. Very smooth.
Yep.
Silky smooth.
Just
Thanks for the ride.
You can keep this one if you want. If you're hungry at all, feel free to take that one. None of us will stop you.
Hello.
I thought it was funny.
Hello, head Drider.
All right, so skittering down from one of the caverns, on a pile of bones, a Drider skitters down. You see half an elf woman, sort of ingloriously attached to a spider's abdomen through some sort of dark magical stitching, which her pale skin and kind of long fingernails, like wrapping against like a sort of sword she carries on her waist. She slowly approaches, skittering all across up and down the walls, and then just like lowering herself through a spider's web in front of you, very dramatically. She says, "You are the travelers who entered my forest."
That's
Us.
correct.
I must ask, why are you here? My name is Avada.
Can I have that in silk writing, I guess?
Avada.
Yeah, I got it right when I wrote it down.
I didn't.
I had it beginning with an A.
I thought it was an E.
So answer my question. Why have you entered my forest?
Well,
We are.
just
sorry,
It's okay,
Nara, you go. You're
We were
Too
just
talky.
passing through. We needed access.
Access to where?
A vault.
Indeed. Kulakan's vault.
Yes, we're doing some sightseeing at the moment.
Well, my spies told me that you are attempting to enter, and as it is in my land and my territories, it is my vault. So
we
again,
didn't know. You didn't really put up any signs or anything to tell us to come to you and chat. So we didn't know, sorry.
did you not see the webs that I have laid out to track my domain?
Well, yeah, but they don't really say, hey, come over here and ask for permission.
yeah, we're not really around here, so that convention was a bit lost on us, I'm afraid.
Well, either way, we apologize for not coming to you sooner to tell us of our adventures in your land. How can we make this right?
Well, I am not a vengeful ruler. I in fact wish for better times in these lands. And if you can make it right, then we can work together.
Okay.
On the way here, we heard that you had some issues with Narsimel and the local warden.
Indeed. Since Terrian's downfall, our forest has been starved of life.
Why is that?
Terrian's light was the only thing keeping the forest alive. And since he has fallen to darkness, all of the fauna and trees and rodents that my spiderkin lived off have been systematically starved.
Are they starving now?
We have our ways of making do.
Okay.
But
Would you...
oh god.
Sorry. Would you want Tyrion woken up, or...
Unfortunately, Terrian's power is so great that my vision around his grove is not entirely accurate. Terrian has the power to hold off a large number of my spiderkin. And whilst he has fallen to darkness, his powers of light still are enough to scare off my brethren.
So you would rather us get him away from the darkness, or?
What if we can fix him? Get him back to his former self.
It would be no easy task.
Sounds like a lot of shit we done.
Narsamel's power has only grown in the time since Terrian has been taken over. Narsamel is protecting him, and he protects Narsamel. There is something, however, you could do for me.
Mm.
There is a... Where you were found, Kulakan's vault, my spider spies have not been able to enter. It has been locked down, presumably by something or someone within. If you can enter the tomb and give me something, I will be able to distract Terrian. So perhaps you might be able to enter his grove.
That sounds useful.
So
Why could you not enter the temple? Did
It's
you
a-
try other options?
Make a diplomacy check. She seems to be hiding something from you.
Okay. Why can't I find my character? There we go.
She says there are a group that exist within this forest. Once they were acting in parallel with the spiders. They are known as the Zulgath.
can I have that in writing?
No. Although I have no proof, I suspect they have managed to find a way into the temple from the outside. Any attempts for my spiderkin to probe a way in have been repelled, and they seem to have made their home in the tomb, or their vault.
Yeah, it did mention some malware, whatever that is. Might be referring to them. It seemed like they'd done a number on his memory too.
The Zulgath are... they are crafty individuals. Once we lived side by side with them in these caverns, but since they sided with Terrian and Narsamel, we had to exterminate them. The last of their kind seem to be holed up within Kulakan's vault.
So, is that you trying to tell us to stab him, or?
If you can get by them and grab the item I require, I do not mind what happens to them. They are no longer a threat to my rule.
Okay, that just leaves the problem of us getting in.
And what is it you need? And how's it going to help?
There is a... it is a weapon of sorts. You should be able to know it. the Zulgath will be using it. I'm sure their leader, whoever it is, will have utilized it to his own benefit.
What exactly are the Zulga? Just so we know what we're looking at.
They are grey-skinned, almost look like lizards. She clicks to one of the spiders, and one of the spiders scurries off quickly. And after a little moment, wrapped in spider silk and being led by a number of Goliath spiders, you see being led out of the some cavern a prisoner. Yeah, you see it's sort of almost like a draconid kind of looking creature, with like a spiked tail. This one looks a bit malnourished, and its mouth is sort of wrapped shut with spider silk. They are not easily trifled with. If you were to attack them head on, they could overpower you.
No numbers.
I am not sure. It is probably worth doing some recon and working out how best to attack. Secondarily, our attempts of getting into the caverns have been stopped by the security mechanism outside. But there is a code. If you wished to enter Kulakan's vault, I know where you could find the code as well.
That's good news.
So why
Why
don't
haven't
you
you
have
got
it?
the code yourself?
It is in my old home of Myra's Gate. I was once a member of House Eorlix, and since I stood against Narsimel and Terrion, instead of killing me, like so many others, they exiled me into the forest and cursed me as a Drider. But they did
Why?
not, because I escaped.
Okay.
I was one of Narsimel's first experiments. But my force of will was so great that he could not control me, even after all the things he did.
Oh. I think you look fine.
I think we're all just kind of side-eyeing it.
You just look a bit slightly more legs, but apart from that, I think you look great. Yeah, I'm trying to do it in a friendly way, not in a creepy way. Trying to
So this is what Hanera's into.
So this is Myra's Gate here.
The one to the southeast, I think. Right.
That's quite far. Would your BS spiders be able to give us a lift?
We cannot give you a lift outside of the forest.
Okay, but the forest is about halfway, right?
The forest kind of ends here.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if you unless you have something from there, maybe we could teleport.
Myra's Gate is a city which is profoundly loyal to Narsimel. It would do you well to sneak in and not do anything that will distract you. It will cause undue attention.
Just to quickly throw something else in the mix. Before we came to door, there is emergency service entrances. Do you know where they are? Could we not search for those instead of going to Myra's Gate?
There may be other ways into Kulakan's vault, but it is either the security mechanisms or something. Every time one of our spiders is sent there to explore it, they do not return. I have not been able to check it out myself. Unfortunately, I am not omnipresent or omniscient.
Okay.
Well,
I can only hear what is sent back to me via the webs. The World Wide Web.
given we're not, and just kind of looking around at the party, given we're not exactly, we wouldn't exactly blend in Myra's Gate,
I could.
I probably can.
possibly, but do we want to send you guys in on your own?
I can always teleport out.
The point stands, is there a way to disguise the others in case we can get them in?
I have the ability to disguise you as immortal elves, but you will
Okay,
have to pretend to be House Eolix loyalists. There is still a small group of aristocrats and commoners that have not yet fallen to Narsamel's army, as such.
Mike, do I
Who
know
live in
any?
camp.
Sorry.
No, go on.
Would Hanera know anything about the houses in the Gloom, or even like heard stories about the houses and what houses they became in the regular world?
No, the information about the Gloom was. Sorry. The information of stuff that was happening in the Gloom was completely limited before even the start of this campaign. Like, pretty much everything that you've learned is new information. So you've learned some stuff about the various houses in the Gloom. But, like, for example, Phalar and Hagen are both members of House Eolix, and they're, like, high-up members.
And their mum is the big boss, right?
Yeah, and Ivada is probably related to them, actually. If you think about it.
Very cousin.
Sorry,
Like,
could you just repeat that? I had some internet issues.
Sorry. Repeat what?
The last bit.
Oh, yeah. I was just saying that everything that you've learned about the houses is new stuff for the campaign, because obviously, like, the Gloom, the information between the Gloom and the and Adana was like completely severed until like really the start of the campaign. So every time that you've learned something new, that's just new information.
Okay.
So everything that you've learned so far, that's all you really know. But you do know about the various houses. House Eolix is the leaders of this area. Their leadership is stationed at Myra's Gate, and that's Phalar and Hagen's mum and dad. But they separated, so they sort of have two different places where they rule. But Myra's Gate is where Phagar and Halen's mum is ruling from. Okay. And Ivada is also a member of House Eolix, so that she's probably related to Phalar and Hagen somehow. But you can ask her about them. You can bring that up if you want. You don't have to though.
Okay.
Ivada says the codes to Kulakan's vault will be stored in the Grand Archives. Only members of the Brass Order are allowed within the Grand Archives. So you will have to either sneak in or pretend to be members of the Brass Order.
He take us for bringing, I say it kind of quite quietly. Hagen with us.
We'd have to go back through the forest and then navigate all the way back through again. And I don't want to get lost again. That wasn't fun.
But I leave it to you to determine how best to do it. But know this: if you help defeat Terrion, and bring Tyrion back to the world of light. My services and my spiderlings will be at your command.
It's a very inviting prospect.
It is.
We did. That was kind of what we wanted to do anyway.
Yeah, also, like, it's not like it goes against anything like we were already going to do. This is just do what we were going to do, but with more benefit.
Yeah, spider army.
Yeah.
Seems pretty handy.
We might want to let the other people know beforehand, before the spiders show up, because a bunch of spiders showing up out of nowhere, massive spiders showing up out of nowhere towards the camp, might cause a bit of an issue. You know, without warning.
Just a quick
Yeah.
question, your mistressness. The other wardens. What do you know of them?
Oh, good question.
Dinax, Lial, and Melira. I know.
Yes. Each of them have been corrupted similarly to Narsimel. I have heard rumors that Melira has been freed.
Oh,
But
that was
perhaps-
us.
No,
I am not sure it will last long. Narsimel is already rumored to be starting the process of trying to take her back under his control.
but what of? Sorry, may I pry a bit more specifically on the others? Do you know if they have forces on their behind them, or anything we should theoretically want to try and help them out?
Unfortunately, since the fall of the Wardens and Narsimel's rule, I have not been able to be in contact with many of the factions that were once loyal to them. I do not know how they stand.
Understandable. Okay.
Another note about the Zulgath. They are loyal to Narsimel. You might be able to convince them that you're on their side, especially if you claim to be from House Yorlix. They might be able to be convinced. But they will not willingly give up the vault, nor the weapon that they hold.
Right.
That sounds more and more like a problem for another day.
So, where I see it, we got three options here. Number one, we just head to Mirror's Gate, get our friend here to give us some disguises, try and blag our way in and get this information, come back, get this item, head over to the Warden, free him, jobs are good. And option two, we cut out the first part of that and try and find our way into the vault without the code. Sounds like there might be some extra danger in there, but if we can find it, save us some time. I said that the spiders didn't come back when they went, but you know, they weren't us.
That one.
Option three, we head all the way back, grab Hagar, Hagen, grab Hagen.
Hagen.
I've written him down as Hagar for some reason in one of my notes. In an address book. Head back, grab him, head to Mirror's Gate. He should have a better chance of actually getting in and getting it. Then head back, get to the vault.
Could we cut some of the time going back to camp with teleportation?
An error?
Not if we do it today, but I can. Well, actually, let me have a look. Let's see what I've got prepared. I think I have. Oh no, I do have it prepared. So yeah. Although I would be wary about doing teleport there. Because I don't know what it will be like using it in the gloom, an area that I have no idea about anything to do with it.
Hmm.
But if as long as if it's going back to, like to the camp, that should be okay.
Like I figured, going to the camp and then, teleporting back maybe here or something, it would save us a whole bunch more travel.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Um,
I mean, but
can someone ping the camp?
I mean, teleport's gonna get us like within a mile, right?
Is it there? Where is it? Where is the can someone where the camp is?
Right,
That
it's over
one.
here, forward base.
Oh, right. Okay. Read that as a completely different word. Okay. Yeah, we can teleport. We can teleport back there. How far is it?
35 miles.
Yeah. So that should be okay. But so we're gonna teleport there, and then have a sleep, and then come back. Is that right?
Could do. I mean, we would probably be getting back there around nighttime anyway.
Yeah, because I would like to not use loads of spell slots. So
Before.
we go back,
Yeah.
and because it's a level 6, so it's a high on the target list. Yeah, that should be okay. And then I'll only have used one.
Viseri speaks up and says, "Are you not concerned that Hagen is not going to want to go back to Moira's Gate?"
Oh, we won't give him an option. We'll just show up, be like, "There's no time to explain." Grab him, then teleport back. you know,
And if he doesn't accept the teleporter,
knock him out.
No, I think it would be good to at least talk to him, and then at least he can give us some advice about what it's like there.
My food's done. I'll be right back.
Okay. All right, let's have a break here then for 15 minutes, yeah?
okay.
All right. Come back in 50 minutes.
In Abyssal.
In Abyssal. Hello and welcome back. So just before the break, the party had spoken to Ivada Eorlix, the Drider Lord, who was cursed by Narsamel in some sort of weird experiment to basically fuck with her. And since she's now ruling the spiders, she has told you that if you can get something for her, she will pledge her services towards your aims of destroying Narsamel. And bringing the wardens back into the realm of the light. All right, so what was your plan? What did you want to do? Ivada is still there if you want to ask her anything, if you've got any last questions.
I think we were planning on teleporting back to camp and having a chat with what's his fucking face?
There you go.
Hagar.
Hagen.
Hagen.
Sorry, Hagen, I'm doing it now.
Sorry.
By the end of the campaign, he's just going to change his name to Hagar. It'll be fine.
Hagar was Abraham's wife in the Bible. But...
Oh,
Okay.
learn something new every day.
All right. Anyway. So, all right. So you want to teleport back to the base? Is there any last bits you wanted to ask Ivada?
Whereabouts in the Grand Archive was it? The Great Archive, Grand Archive. Grand Archives. Where in the Grand Archives could we find the this password?
Yeah, I don't know. You'll have to search for it, I'm afraid.
And what is this thing? Are we looking for a book?
It will be a code for the entrance to Kulakan's vault.
Well,
I strongly suspect it will be in some sort of book or something. It's just been a long time since I've been there, and I've never been to the archives myself. But I do know that the Brass Order keep very good records. There might be other things that might come in handy there as well. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
But if you need anything, do you have a communication device? I can upload my details to it.
Well, we got these, but they kind of only go between each other at the moment.
Yeah, someone gave you a sending. Morna gave you a sending stone. Right? Does someone want to make? Does someone want to make a like a list of on the Morna's sending stone? You can like add new people to it, so you can.
I thought that was just with Morna, like back and forth with Morna.
Yeah, you can, but you can sort of like. I'll just allow you to telepathically communicate with people you add to it.
Okay.
So if you want to add Ivada to it. She also says, if you do decide to go to Myra's Gate, then these will come in handy. And out of a like a bag of holding that she's got, she pulls out a number of potions of disguise. These will, whilst you're having your quick break, I rummaged up some potions for you. If you take these, they will transform you for a day. I will give you a week's supply each. That should be more than enough.
Thank you.
What level are they?
I don't know. But basically, just like say that you take them, and for the day you look like an immortal elf, like you're otherwise unrecognizable. If someone inspects you closely enough and they do like an Arcana check or something on you, specifically to determine whether you're disguised, they might be able to work it out. I'll say they're level 10. So the DC will be here. Oh, hang on.
Okay, I don't think the effects will vary meaningfully.
Yeah, so it'll be if someone like inspects you close enough, they'll need to pass a 27 Arcana check to determine 27 DC Arcana check. and that will, and then they'll be able to see that you're sort of like magically disguised. So she says, "Don't let people get too close, but for the vast majority of people, you'll be able to get by, and unless they become suspicious or something, they won't have any reason to inspect you."
Sounds good.
Oh, well, all right then. I look forward to seeing how you get on. Our interests are aligned on these matters.
Yeah, it'd be good to have some allies.
All right. Did you want to teleport back to the base then?
Mhm.
All right. Hanera, you're gonna cast it, yeah?
I am.
Okay. Setting up the magical teleportation. After a few moments, the arcane sigils that appear in the air around you begin to spin around, and boom, you are teleported back to the base. I'll put this back on your map as well, on where Avada is.
Was someone making up, firing up a lawnmower behind you?
What now?
Oh, Mike.
What?
When Mike speaks, it sounds like maybe it's just
Hang
me.
on,
Okay.
someone just knocked on the door. Let me just.
Joanne is psychic.
It sounds like really loudly behind Mike's mic, but maybe I was trying to half check if it was just me or.
Can't say I noticed.
Maybe it's
might just
something
be
we just
mine.
take for granted and we just don't notice.
Yeah. Hey, I could be psychic. I predict things all the time. You know. Oh, sorry. I know this dream's still going on.
No, it was an Amazon van, but it was a delivery for someone that doesn't live here. All right. Anyway,
I assume you've taken it anyway.
I have. It's addressed to my house. So. So all right. You could have just put. I mean, it was like a fucking letter size. You could have just put it through the letterbox. All right. So where was I? Oh yes, you appear back at the forward base. The busy nature of the work that is still to be done is apparent. As you see orcs and gnomes and the few immortal elves who are helping out, as well as Morna. As you appear in the center of the camp, a couple of orc guards rush forward, and before they realize it's you, they begin to raise their arms threateningly, as if there's a fight, but they immediately back off once they recognize you.
Is that arms as in weapons or arms as in limbs?
Yeah, they're just surrendering. No.
It's like, "Whoa."
A bustle of excitement goes around the camp to see you return. And you see Hagen and Phalar.
I'm sorry. Maybe that's the name for the two of them together, Hagar.
Yeah, Hagar. You see them in the distance, just with a few of the other immortal elves, just sort of sat around a campfire, cooking some scavenged meats, I guess, that they found from around the campsite, maybe a rodent or something. All right. So, what do you want to do?
I think maybe find Hagen. Find Hagen.
Sorry, say that again. My headphones just fell off.
Probably find Hagen.
Okay, so yeah, you approach Hagen. He looks back up and says, "Oh, that was quick. You're back."
Yeah. So, you fancy a trip?
Oh, you're heading to Vesh now, are you?
Not quite, but could do with your help.
He narrows his eyes and says, "Help with what?"
Is this private? Are we? Is it just him?
Phalar's there, and a couple of the other immortal elves are there.
In
As
a
well.
a lead-lined area.
Which like
No, we have things on us, don't we? So we're fine.
well, it's just the other couple of mortal elves. They're just like yeah, let's take a walk.
Very well. Yeah, he stands up and starts walking with you. So, what's this about?
So went to this vault. Turns out needs a code to get in. Now I met some very nice Drider lady, and she told us the code can be found in Myra's Gate. The catch is it's in some archive somewhere there, and only your lot are allowed in.
The Grand Archive.
Yeah, sounds right.
Okay.
So, we were hoping you might come with us.
He laughed. I'm not sure how I can... I mean, the news will have gone around already that the rumors will have gone around that I was either killed or I'm on Narsamel's not very nice list. Whilst he still knows that I'm working for him, many of the Brass Order will not. Oh, working for him, so called. There's a reason why Phalar and I were not in Myra's Gate and we're not staying there, and why we had been organizing in the manor where you met us. We're not exactly on good graces with our mother.
If that's the case, then you can't come with us. There's something you can do to help us get in?
Getting into the Grand Archives is going to be no easy feat. Not only is it in the center of Myra's Gate, it is very well protected. The Brass Order keeps their secrets under lock and key, and they don't take kindly to intruders. I'm not saying it cannot be done, but if I hadn't seen how powerful you all are, I would suggest it was suicidal.
Is there nothing you can give us, or like a symbol, or like a letter, or something to help us get in? Like
We copy your brand onto us.
I could I could attempt to give you a Brass Order brand. It does take someone with a brand to give one, but you will never be able to remove it. You will always have it, and also have the downsides.
What kind of downsides?
Well, you will always be visible to those with the eyes to see it, and those who know about the Brass Order and do not like them will hold you in contempt. Similarly, a real Brass Order brand allows Narsamel to contact you. Now, I might be able to make it so that he is unaware that you have one. But the moment that he discovers, if he does, that you possess one, he will probably try and be in contact.
I take it that just scribbling on a symbol matching ain't gonna do the trick.
No. To get into the Grand Archives, if you are going to go through the front door, you have to show your brand. And it has to be authentic.
Kind of sounds like we need you there then.
Make it a
Keep
plain
going.
check.
Okay. I'll use a legend point.
Okay.
Okay, 34 up to 44.
Nice.
He says, oh, I fail to see what's in it for me. I'm not saying no outright, but I almost died in the cavern. If things go south in Myra's Gate, Narsimel will immediately know that I am not doing what he asks me. That could be dangerous, and it could be dangerous for the entire camp as well. If you need me, I will go with you. You have saved my life before. Many times now. But I don't see how I can be of that much use, other than if I was to just go in there myself. And if I do, I might be captured, or Narsimel might discover my whereabouts. And if the Brass Order get hold of this book, remember, many in the Brass Order are not in the upper echelons. They are doing the bidding of Narsimel because that is what they have been ordered to. Only the sort of secretive leadership of the Brass Order are working against Narsimel and are trying to maneuver things in that way. I have a feeling that many in Myra's Gate will, if they get hold of the book, they will give it straight back to Narsimel, and then he will know that I betrayed him, and it will be our chance lost.
We could disguise you as someone else. A real brand. And the visage of an immortal elf, but not you. Not what goes along with being you.
Not a bad idea.
He thinks for a moment and sort of rubs his chin. All right, I will go with you, but I can't promise anything.
Oh, neither can we. Never can, frankly.
I cannot risk leaving the book in Myra's Gate, or leaving it here in the camp. It will have to stay on my person, but I might be able to entrust it to one of you if I go in. But if I am captured, you have to continue the mission. You must go to Vesh and awaken him, and then kill him.
I guess he can be on the hit list. Have we got any way of, like, shoving this thing in a pocket dimension or anything?
It is best that it does not vanish. I do not want Narsimel to get itchy about where its whereabouts is. If he knows that he cannot tell exactly where it is, but he knows it's on this plane. If it's hidden away, then he'll get anxious and perhaps send some people to look for it.
Right. Well, regardless, I'm sure one of us can look after it while you go in. It'll be well protected.
Well, I'm sure you won't be going out on your own, right?
What is it that you need from the archives anyway?
We need a code for the vault.
I see.
Don't suppose you know it.
No. But And there's no other way that you can get in?
There might be a
I feel like there is another way. We need to find.
a service entrance. we
They
could do.
said there was an emergency exit that we could use, right?
True.
It's like a service entrance. He says it's down to you what you decide to do, but going to Mara's Gate is extraordinarily risky. It might have great benefits in some ways, but
Maybe we should try the service entry route. There's no harm in trying,
Yeah,
no?
I think we should try that first, and then we can always go back to Mara's Gate.
Yeah.
All right. Well, should we go now? Oh, by the way, Aegon, if a bunch of spiders show up at some point, a good chance they're on side. So, can you let people know not to just start, firing?
They are very big spiders. Just as a heads up.
Yeah, they're friendly once you get to know them.
yeah, you mentioned that you met a Drider.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not fans of Narsimel, so, possible allies.
And you trust these aberrations?
Well, she's from your family.
He raises an eyebrow. Care to explain?
Do you recognise the name Ivada?
Ivada.
Yeah.
Yes. But we were under the assumption she had died a long time ago.
No. Much worse.
Nah, Nezzy boy turned her into a Drider, and well, I think he was doing it on a bunch of them, but she managed to escape.
Let's never call him Nezzy Boy again.
He does sound a lot less threatening, though, if we call him that. Lightens the mood a
Boy
bit.
number one.
So Ivada's alive.
I think so.
Yep. And kicking with all 8 legs.
He says, I don't know how to feel about this. We had our differences and didn't get on.
I think you can put those differences aside for the current moment. Considering the cataclysmic problems that we're facing right now, I think a family scuffle is the least of our concerns.
Yeah, what was it, like she an ex or something?
No, but she is not a good person.
What is your problem with her?
She practiced dark magics, and before Narsimel came to power, she was one of his closest confidants.
Ooh. Right. So what kind of dark magic did she? Like necromancy?
What?
What?
There were rumors that she was starting preparations to become a lich.
Oh, that's bad.
Well,
Spider lich. Spider lich.
right. And Marsmell asked her to stop, and she did.
I don't know the details, but there was a faction within the royal court who confronted her before Narsimel took power, and attempted to exile her. It was only because of Narsimel's influence that she managed to stave off punishment. but many innocent people were killed in her experiments.
Oh, blimey.
Not to be funny, but aren't you lot all kind of pretty similar to liches anyway?
We still require blood, and we can still be killed.
Wait, can't you get blood from a hex sweep?
Yes, but if we are killed, we are dead. Liches
Oh.
can come back.
Right.
Personally, there is a way around it that I would think of. And that would be use her for now. And then, when everything's sorted and she's got it back turned, you know, just stabby.
Whoa, that's
Let's not
literally
plan
stabbing
from
her
that.
in the back.
Yeah, let's not plan for that.
I'm a
for
rogue.
now.
It's what I do.
No. I don't think becoming a lich is the worst crime. So
I mean, she was also killing a lot of people in her own experiment.
that's what they say.
Now, look, if we only ever make allies of good people, we're gonna lose. Let's be real.
He's got a point.
What did she ask for?
A return of soul. No,
An artifact from the vault.
Yeah.
And you didn't press what that was?
We did. She wasn't very forthcoming.
Yeah, a little cagey, a little bit sus, not gonna lie.
Now that I think about it.
Described it as a weapon.
Well, I would say that you just have to be cautious around her.
Maybe I can get her to teach me some new spells. Was she any good at being a lich?
She was an extremely proficient mage, for sure.
But why doesn't she do magic anymore?
Of course she does.
I assume she does. How do you think she's managed to control all of those spiders?
Very true.
She did give them consciousness.
Does that mean that she's more of like a druid? Anyway.
I'm sure there's lots of spells that would do the same thing that lot different do. Right?
Well, maybe. None that I know, but maybe. But I don't know every spell.
It was, and I have to admit, it was most likely her who taught Narsamel a lot of the things he knows.
Well,
Remember, Narsamel came to the Gloom as a latecomer.
Okay. I have a question for Mike.
Hold on.
Please, can I do a post conversation insight check? To see
Go on.
who's being on it. Is that perception?
Is it perception? Yeah, it is perception.
Yeah. Okay. 31.
He's definitely seeing things through his lens for sure. Like,
Okay. I meant with her, with Varda.
oh right. Well, yeah. I mean, she definitely seemed like she could be a bit shifty.
Yeah. I didn't want to judge because of the spiders.
she
I was trying.
just really likes spiders.
Yeah, I was like, just because she's half spider doesn't mean she's evil, in my mind.
I mean, the experimenting on people probably makes her evil.
Probably. But
Look,
they could have been bad people.
All I'm saying is,
Yeah.
we need allies, and if she becomes a problem, well, it might be easier to, you know, do some stabbing.
Okay.
This is all making her sound like she's a pretty good ally, though, to have.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just think that as well. She sounds like she's gonna be helpful.
I don't want to be letting loose someone who's going to experiment. You know? That doesn't sound like a good thing to do.
When we get this, if we get this weapon, we can give it a once over, see if this is something we want to be giving away, and then go from there.
I mean, the problem might exist after the whole Gloom situation. I don't think she's going to stop wanting to become a lich when all this is over.
The concern I have, Hagen says, is that once Narsamal, is that everyone wants Narsamal to be gone. But then what happens afterwards? There might just be a big power struggle and everyone fighting amongst each other for influence.
We'll just name someone king or queen.
That's not how that works.
He's kidding everyone.
Why?
101. You come in, you make a change, you just call someone else a king, and you leave alone.
Yeah, we just no.
Problem fixed.
We'll just have a vote.
You expect... I'm sorry. You expect these aristocrats to accept democracy?
Well, they can vote in between the aristocrats.
I think they're just as likely to kill each other.
That's fine. We just leave.
Tell you what, how's this for democracy? The 5 of us each get a vote.
Well, you know where my vote is.
Do I? I like the spider lady.
Yeah, you did seem to like her.
No. Hey, we could rule together.
What is it with you and finding people to...
No, look.
Right.
I think we should go back to the. I think we should have a little rest for tomorrow, and then we should go to the Kulakan's vault and try and find another exit. Now we're not going to be harassed by spiders.
Okay.
Should we also have a little chat? It would be good to speak.
That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah,
Oh, what? Sorry?
Just a chat. Just
Oh, yeah.
talk between us.
Well, the camp is here, Hagen says. Feel free to just take your boots off for the night.
The boots stay on.
Very well. Well, in the morning, if you still require my services and you do decide to go to Myra's Gate, let me know. But yes, I mean, I have my opinions about Avada, but it's ultimately down to you. I'm willing to put my differences aside, but I would not tell Phalar about this.
Let me just ask you this. Would you rather her than Narsimel?
Certainly.
Well then.
I'd like anyone over Narsimel.
Positive change at least, even if it does go that way. Which I'm not saying it will, but,
The concern is that plunging a dictatorship into a civil war might not be the best scenario. But there are going to be plenty of people who stand to lose when Narsimel goes as well, so we'll have to deal with them when we do.
Struggle to see any other option.
He nods. Alright, well, I'm going to go get some rest.
Alright, see you in a bit. If our plans fail, you might see us back on short notice being like, right, you're coming with us now, so hopefully if you don't hear from us then either we're dead or everything's gone well.
Okay.
Yeah,
No pressure then.
So I could get my spell slots back.
Alright, so we can set up camp.
Yeah, I'll cast a cozy cabin, and Yeah, so do we think that maybe Ivada was kicked out because she is something to do with some kind of lich, and we have a fellow Naruzatar who also hates liches
I mean,
and wants to be the most powerful lich?
isn't Naruzatar also a lich?
Yeah, but he hates other liches.
I mean, liches aren't good people.
Uh, why?
Don't liches require a constant stream of souls to stay alive?
No. Is that how they work? I thought they just use some magic.
No, I
think
think they need
there's-
people's souls.
I think that's
Oh,
probably
God.
there's probably multiple ways, right?
Yeah, I thought they cloned themselves with the cloning spell, and then if they died, they just become the clone. I didn't realize that was like.
No, the
Oh.
liches are different.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm just
Okay.
being in there, not
Yeah.
knowing anything.
All right, so you begin to set up camp and sit around the fire, having whatever food that you find palatable.
I fancy some kind of mushrooms.
Askis sits at the down, and he kind of rubs his hands a bit and says, "So I'm not sure if I've told you this at all.
Mm.
Who else is around? Stuff.
It's just you lot, yeah.
You know, oh, the fire business I have.
I have been made aware of it.
Well, the patron who under I'm under its control, so to speak. It asked a favor. It's not a great favor, but I am struggling with it. You see, he wants me to trap Viseri prison once we have to.
Right.
You're cutting out a little for me.
Hmm.
Anyone else? Cutting out for
Yeah,
everyone.
you did a bit.
Okay. He just said that he what's his name? Can't remember. It's been a while. Sorry. What's his name?
Hagen?
No. The demon, the kind of patron name.
Yeah, I need to look back at my notes.
Hold on. Dabmiri, Castian Elminar. Castian Elminar, my patron, sorts, the devil within. He asked me to, in effect, trap Viserys' person in the tomb of Ve.
I'm sorry.
He kind of plays with his fingernails a little bit while he says it again.
And what if you don't, Nick says?
He wasn't particularly clear, but my assumption is the eternal damnation and get the way down to whatever Zed
Zadmirian.
What is Zed? Did you say?
No, yeah, it's just, you cut out when you said Zadmirian.
Oh,
but-
Zadmirian, yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, who do you like more, him or me? Because it kind of gives a big grin.
You.
You tortured someone in front of me.
I don't like either of you.
Who did I torture?
Well, actually, so for one, when we were on a boat, sorry, this is all coming out now, but when we were on a boat, we had prisoners, and I was trying to befriend them to get information out, and you were all, we should torture them. And then, when we were in that, bank vault, you just burnt someone to death, needlessly torturing while you cackled and laughed over their dying corpse burning to death, and you were getting off on the scent of the fumes coming off of their burning flesh. I saw that.
Yeah, wasn't that those two that were gagged, bound, and unconscious?
Ascus.
If I may say, the devil powers I have in possession of, they sometimes make me feel things I do not have much control over it, but I am trying.
Oh, so the devil made you do it.
Exactly.
I'm sure that's never been used in court by anyone ever.
So if you do this, will you lose the devil powers and the devil control over you?
Well, I suppose I will, but I think my soul also forfeit.
I mean, in a roundabout way, isn't doing this really bad thing also going to put you into it?
Um, well, perhaps. You see,
I don't think you win either way, mate.
Nyx speaks up. The issue with devils and devil contracts is that they never want to get rid of you, Cascas. They'll keep giving you things to do which are more and more degrading. And then they will always hold over you your freedom.
perhaps, but in the think you see, you have to understand that the reason I did this was one of self-preservation. If I did not have, I fear I would be long gone. Very unuseful to all you all. So unless you can source another source of power for me, I fear I have not much choice.
I would rather source another source of power for you.
Why
I
don't
don't
we?
like this devil guy.
Nyx says, "Why don't we just kill Castian? I don't understand. If he's
Nick
holding
raises a
you
good
hostage,
point.
like how powerful could he really be? I mean, he's just a devil. Like,
Yeah, this is what I was thinking too. I don't like the guy. I don't want to give him anything.
Well, I'm not sure. You can just kill the devil. I think he can. He seems pretty tricksy. He could probably just get away at a moment's notice.
What about if we killed you
You can
and then
try.
brought you back to life?
I fear it wouldn't make much difference.
But like that won't reset that.
well, they must have a base. I mean, you said what? This is Admirian. I don't know what this is, but
Well, what's exactly the contract? Do you have it? Maybe we could have a look over it.
See how boilerplate.
Call your union.
So after this, next on the list is what, going to hell or something?
Well, you know
Yeah.
that's
Like-
for me. It is.
Tropical holiday.
Fighting our way through hell just to find some guy that may or may not be there to kill him, which may or may not release you from this contract that you signed willingly.
I agree. It is not
Sign
as
it willingly.
it is not as glamorous as all of this, but you know, the devils are not good. There is a big problem there at the moment. Also, I heard.
What problem?
Civil war, problems like that.
Like here?
Probably.
Did you ask why he
Uh,
doesn't like Viseri?
I mean, I could bring him in now.
Oh, okay, yeah.
no, Castian can't come to the Gloom.
Oh no, he can't, can he? Yeah, forgot.
Right, so you
Sorry,
just stay
you
here
just-
and you can never die. We can't get
You
to you.
You just have a devil who you can just call when you want.
Well, it was for a bit. I don't know. It was sometimes he came, sometimes he did not.
Right. Who else has magical beings they can just call?
Well, you know about mine, so
Yeah, I do.
To be fair, mine
don't. I mean, I
to make-
pray.
I burnt down half of what was his name? I had a complete mind blank. Who the big army that we fought previously? The big
Oh.
camp.
Darren Kaidos.
Aaron Curtis. I did burn down half his camp to try and catch Zadmirian's attention, but did not. So I'm not sure how it works.
I mean, like, if burning down half a camp full of people, again, fire, killing people with fire isn't a thing.
Yes,
People
you were laughing when you did that as well.
was pretty fun.
Askis. I feel like we need to get a spray bottle thing.
Look,
Yeah.
I know we got a murder from time to time, but we draw the line at enjoying it.
Yeah, exactly.
Nick says, why don't we? I mean, we're not seriously considering doing this to Visiri, are we?
I'm not.
No.
This
No.
when I was in prison, he offered, well, Cadell offered to help me escape, mind wipe a bunch of people. It may not be the exact same person, but I owe him. I can't just let him go to
No.
wherever.
Cascus, do you have the contract?
I don't think so. That's Matt speaking. Don't think I do.
No, so it was actually your dad who signed the contract.
Yeah, that's right. But I thought I did do something.
Yeah,
'cause I remember signing something in blood.
Yeah, you sort of took on the thing as long on the assumption that you killed your dad.
Yes, that's right.
But because you took a while to do that, now you've been assigned another task, which is this Visiri thing.
Yeah, well,
So if we just take a long time to do this task,
it's a long list of tasks. That I'm
yeah,
not
different task.
Eventually, he'll just get around to killing a rabbit or something.
Nick says, well, as far as I'm aware, I mean, there's nothing legally binding you to doing this. Like, they're just trying to strong arm you into doing their bidding.
I think you
Right,
need
so-
to find a copy of the contract.
So is because is this a case of if you kill the Siri, then you don't have to kill your dad, or is this a case of they
I
just want you
can't
to do
remember
it, and if you do it, then they might let you out, they might not. Like, what are they actually contractually bound to do? We need to see this contract, because like it might turn out. I mean, you know, they do. This is their thing, right? There's probably not some easy loophole for us to exploit, but
Yeah, they might say like sign until death or something,
yeah, we
and
might.
then I could just kill you.
You're very happy for this option, Hanera.
Well, it's just easy, isn't it? Kill you, bring you back, get easy, done.
Nick says,
Bringing him back's not easy, but
well, on the off chance that this is all signed for and Cascus is under their control, then the only chance for Cascus is either to do their bidding for all eternity, effectively, or for us to stand against these people, these devils. And if we have to go to war against this sad Mirian and whatever,
Well,
then we'll
let
do
me.
that.
Would you like me to tell you a little bit about this place? He kind of shows his chest, and on the middle of his chest, you see this like this kind of where is it? It's like a big kind of like jagged. It's like a tattoo, like jagged kind of rocks on it, and it looks like it's kind of like a castle on it. Like kind of yeah. This place is Mirian. It has many names. Common is the lawless halls of justice. The ruler. Guess who? Is
You're cutting out again. I don't know. I don't know whether it's your. I think it's your voice gate. Maybe.
My voice gate,
Yeah.
maybe. Anyway, Cascade drones on about thing for a bit. If there's anyone interested, I
Yeah.
could share some stuff, but I'll try and figure this out. Anyhow, I do not mind what I do here. I fear a little bit for my soul, but it is okay.
Look, we'll sort it out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy fighting a war for two of my friends. Cyan says, tilting his head slightly at Gaskus, who immolate people.
I told you, it is not by choice. It is the power. It is the devil.
I'm still gonna get a spray bottle.
we'll
Yeah,
figure
maybe we
something
just
out.
need to carry around some water.
Yeah, just like
Throw it on you whenever it gets too much.
splashing at Cascus whenever he does something weird. Oh,
Is this better if I'm talking like this?
Yeah.
Is that not causing problems?
I don't think so.
It doesn't seem to
Fine
be.
so far.
Okay.
Maybe it just doesn't like the accent.
It's just racist Discord. Yeah, Nick says like this whole thing about devil contracts and stuff, like they need to be stood up against every now and again, otherwise they'll just keep doing crap like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Also-
surely they can't just like add in like, oh yeah, kill this guy as well, right?
Well, it's like they're like lawyers, right? Nick says they'll just pretend like the contract says something it doesn't.
Yeah, they could be lying.
Can, can devils lie?
They can lie, but they just can't. The only power they have is to alter your powers on behalf of what the contract says. Like they asked you to kill your dad, but you didn't, and they still haven't taken your powers away or taken you to hell or whatever. So we can just assume that if we didn't do this, they wouldn't be able to do that either.
As they can, but they're just choosing not to yet. Also, I think the devil's not lying thing might have been a myth spread by devils.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of like the whole, if you ask a guard if they're a guard, they have to tell you it's not true.
In his defense, he did say that he needs me at the moment, so I imagine there is a degree of flexibility in our arrangement insofar as he still needs me.
Basiri walks by. Heyo.
Hi.
All right.
Talking about anything interesting?
The weather.
Screw it. I'm not going to do it. Basically, this demon devil thing wants me to put you in a prison and not let you out. It's fun.
What?
It is like Stokes the
Okay,
fly with
yeah,
a
I
spit.
was gonna ask about this, to be honest, because I thought it would be good if we're not gonna do it to ask for Siri about it. Yeah, so could you just ask if he knows him or like has any beef with him?
Do you know this? And I show the tattoo on the brand on Cascus's chest to him.
You made a deal with Lady Selin.
Well, it was not Lady Selin. It was one of her minions, a creature by the name of Castiel Elramor.
Uh-huh. Yes, I know Castian.
You piss him off at some point.
Yes, but I pissed off a lot of people.
How did you
Yeah.
piss off this one?
Well, we both worked for the royal court in the Emerald City, and he discovered my past, and I discovered who he was, and we made an agreement not to tell anyone.
Who was he?
It would be very helpful to know his name.
What his name, real name?
Well, of course, I do not know if it is myth or not, but to know a devil's name gives you power over the devil, no?
Yes, which is why I assume he is getting you to try and lock me away without telling me.
Well, I'm glad I told you. So what's his name?
His name is Aradath. Aradath.
Can we have that in writing, please?
He is one of Lady Selin's lackeys, so to speak. Unfortunately, Lady Selin does not like people who have escaped from Rada Alora. She much prefers to keep the devils and demons fighting amongst each other on the surface of Rada Alora. And she sees herself as the gatekeeper. Well, when I escaped from Rada Alora, following, as I explained yesterday, Scrimshaw and Tail out, we travelled through Zadmirion. Unfortunately, I caused a bit of a fuss there, and a bit of a panic, because if I could escape, and if others could escape, then all of the demons that resided within Rada Alora could escape. Zadmirion has a connection with Erd, portal, so to speak. It is not so well hidden, but if you know what to look for, you can find it.
The impression I got from Castian is that he was not able to communicate with Sadmirian more broadly. Do you know why?
I assume it's because of what happened with Adana and the Gloom.
This was a long time ago. Well, I say a long time ago. It was a reasonable time ago before the gloom became a problem here.
No, he said that he could.
Oh.
He said that he couldn't after the
Fine.
Gloom.
Okay, fine. He's
so-
trapped then.
So he says, I suspect that for some reason Lady Selen has a desire to banish me so that I cannot threaten her. As I'm one of the only people on this world who knows how to get to her. Lady Selen.
So we just publicise how to do that, and then she ain't got any beef anymore.
Or she has the most beef.
Yes, and then she'll try and do it herself, I assume.
Which I imagine is much worse.
Though,
The only
by
other
what you were
person who
saying
knows.
before,
Oh, go on.
by what you're saying before, she tried to do it herself. She came to Erd. She wouldn't be as powerful as she is where in Radalora, would she?
No, but she would send infinite amount of her lackeys. Not infinite, but she has an army behind her.
Right.
Other tortured souls who have signed up for her contracts. You know, they only go for greedy merchants, mostly.
Look sheepish.
I turn to caskets slowly.
There happens to be quite a few of those in Erd.
Well, this is all very, very interesting. What happens if I do not do what Castian asks? If I do not complete his task to throw you into Vesh's prison?
They will try and kill you. They cannot take the power away from you. That is a myth.
Could I get more power from them?
If you renegotiate your contract, but your power comes from yourself, really. They just give you the ability to access it.
So what is the point of the contract from their perspective if they can't, like, magically enforce it?
They can enforce it. They will just drag you to Zadmirian if they feel like that you're messing with them.
But can they not just do that anyway?
Not currently. They might find that it's more important for Cascus to have a sense of free will. Be guided to doing things on their behalf rather than being forced to.
But how does the contract make it easier for them to do that?
You have to understand that power doesn't care about contracts. It's all about the beliefs of the people who are under the contract. You know, if I rent a house, I can just stop paying rent at any time.
So the contract is just words?
It's just words.
There's no, like, cosmic force behind the contract demanding that devils follow it.
No, that is propaganda created by the devils themselves.
Right, okay.
So they can lie and the contracts are bullshit. Okay.
Can I do an insight check?
Yeah, go on. He said he follows that up with you have to understand that the difference between devils and demons. This notion that devils are lawful and they stick to their laws, and demons are chaotic, ruthless creatures. It is all just manufactured as an idea.
So what is the difference between a devil and a demon?
There is no difference.
They
They are all creatures some have more power than others. The demons who reside in Lada Alora are kept under lock and key by Zadmirian. It is Lady Selin who decides, and that is after Ashigal. It used to be Ashigal, with Lady Selin doing his bidding. Now Lady Selin is in charge.
What do you reckon? She better or worse?
It doesn't matter, they are both the same.
Now, what you really need is a leader with vision, with a bit of
Ascus,
pizzazz.
no.
I just assumed that they were born in different places, and that was the difference between a demon and a devil.
No, they all trace their lineage back to Tal.
Well, what do you know?
It was Tal that seeded and conquered the universe. And then after Tal was destroyed, there are little remnants that existed. Some were called devils, some were called demons, some were called immortal elves, some were called blah blah blah. Right?
Mhm.
It is all just a linguistic mechanism to put people into little boxes.
I mean, I would say tiger people are definitely very different to immortal elves, but
What people?
tiger people are a little different to immortal elf people.
Well, as I explained before, my people were around before Tal, but we were controlled and looked after and blah blah blah. We weren't created by them, we were just saved by them.
Mm.
Well, and then destroyed. But as for your contract, you have the free will, Cascus, to say no to them at any time. But you have to understand that there will be consequences.
Let's just pretend like we're gonna do it.
And then do it or not?
No, no, no.
No.
And then when the devil comes and is like, "Yo, what the hell? You haven't got the series for me." You'll be like, "Oh, no, 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 we're working on it," and then we'll show them the plan, and they'll be like, "Okay," and then leave us alone.
There's
Or devil comes and we just, it's like Lancy,
Shank.
stabby,
Yeah, yeah. Right.
shooty, whatever.
We could check out the library back in our worlds here. The whole magic temple place in the city, the capital city.
Well, I
Yeah.
did this. And I read lots of books. I can give you lots of information if helpful.
Nothing on trapping demons and devils or anything.
Oh, I did not look at the trapping demons or devils part. That could be interesting.
Maybe you could trap him and be like, "Yo, give me more powers," but also I'm picking
Yeah, that's
what you get in return.
Now you're thinking like me.
Mm.
Just remember that all of them can be killed, but you will have to kill them in Zadmirian.
One more question. You've been incredibly generous. What is the Is there any power having in knowing the name of a devil or a demon, the real name?
Oh, yes. Hold
There
on. I
are-
feel like I can answer this. Hold on. Wait.
Okay.
No, I can't.
Banishment?
I was gonna say, in the I'm pretty sure in the old. Oh, I thought that the old banishment spell, if you knew their name, is that in? It has a different effect, but it's not on the new one, so just ignore me.
He says. What was the question again? Sorry.
Does like knowing the real name of a devil or demon actually do mean anything? Because obviously.
Yeah.
practically
Oh,
it
yeah. Yeah. He says there are certainly rituals that can be used to help. It requires powerful magic and lots of different reagents and stuff, but back home I have plenty of blackmail on Castian. If I had known that he was going to ask you to do this, I would have taken things into my own hands a long time ago.
Ah, wonderful. What else? What other? Do you have any more blackmail on him you can share in good faith to us?
I think that kind of cheapens the blackmail.
Oh well, I would say
Well-
that Viserys is on my side, and he'll do no naughty things to you. You know.
Well, he has already shown his true nature. I thought we had Cassian and I had an agreement.
No, he wants you gone.
He nods. And then I wish to see him dead. And I wish the whole of Zadmirian to burn.
Well, we might get a chance. Although maybe if there's just a little bit left, that would be nice. You know.
I'm of the opinion it is time for Rada Alora to free itself from these leaders.
I agree. I agree. A transitionary leader should be put in place.
Wouldn't it be counterproductive to burn a bit of hell? Isn't it always burning?
Hmm. Well, it's not necessarily that burny there. It's hot, and there's lava, but it's the way that the Tempest brand describe hell is not really how Rada Alora is.
Right, okay.
But yes, I would say that I mean Rada Alora used to be a very nice place, to be honest. Forests and that sort of thing.
Interesting.
It used to be part of the Feywild. But anyway, I digress. I will have to sleep on this and think about how I'm going to react. But hope you're not still considering betraying me.
We weren't considering it.
I was.
Okay.
I mean,
Thank you for your honesty.
I mean, let's be honest. You know, you consider everything, even if you don't plan on doing it.
Yes. All right. We'll stop there for today then.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, probably a good time to stop. And then next session we'll head off to Kulikan's again. Right.
Nice. Thank you for the game.
Cool. Yeah. Thanks for playing, everyone.
Yeah.
And I will see y'all next time.
Bye.
Thanks.
See you next week.
Yeah. And
Cool people.
Man.
cooler kids.
Cooler kids.
What?
Okay. Bye.
What?